welcome to the latest episode of Over the Top Rope. My name's Chris Beater. Remember, you can catch a new episode every Wednesday and Friday covering your professional wrestling enjoyment. So, this week, talk about last Monday's Raw. Today is obviously Wednesday, so kind of a lot happened. It was, I don't think, the strongest Raw that's we've seen, especially with the final kind of go-home show to Royal Rumble. But started the show off with Randy Orton, Triple H, Stephanie kind of going at it, verbally kind of going back and forth, and we're all kind of expecting Batista's return. One thing that killed it for me with Batista and probably everybody else was the skinny jeans and the white track jacket halfway up his chest thing. I don't know what the deal was with that, but I just don't think a near 40-year-old man should be wearing skinny jeans, especially when he looks like that. How he did his entrance is beyond me because I wouldn't think the skinny jeans really stretch, but he pulled it off. But I don't know if people thought Batista would get a bigger reaction than he did, because it really wasn't that big. And I don't know if WWE kind of builds up where they announce these comeback of the wrestlers, and then when they do, it's not that big of a pop. I kind of like when they do surprise returns, where if they would have been cutting the promo, if they wouldn't even say anything about Batista, I know it's been rumored him coming back, but if they wouldn't even say anything about him coming back on Raw, had Randy Orton come out and kind of start the show like they did with him and Triple H, and then Batista's music hits, I think you get a bigger pop, and I think it kind of gives a little more excitement compared to Triple H originally coming out and saying, hey, here's Batista. Obviously Randy Orton interrupted him, and then Batista came out a little while later, but I just think you're going to get a bigger reaction if it's more of a surprise factor, and you don't just announce, hey, Batista's going to be here next Monday, look out for it. So that kind of killed it for me. I've never been really a big fan of Batista. I don't know what it is, just it's not really interesting to me. I think kind of the same way Randy Orton is, but Orton's got a few cooler moves, I think. So that kind of kicked off Raw. We had Big Show and Brock Lesnar. They kind of had their little face-to-face, which I don't know how interesting that match is going to be because they're two big guys. Brock Lesnar's a little rough when it comes to the wrestling sense, but could be a good match. I liked how Big Show pretty much just flipped him over the ropes via a powerbomb looking deal. It's kind of awesome. So that match will be interesting at Royal Rumble. We got Bray Wyatt, and Daniel Bryan kind of came out and gave his explanation on what the whole deal was with him going with the Wyatts, and how he was basically just infiltrating them, and it was all kind of an act, so he could get kind of inside Bray Wyatt's head. I think Bray Wyatt does some of the best promos. He's one of those guys that, and this is probably just me, I would love to see him go against Undertaker at WrestleMania and just demolish him, because he's got that really crazy heel persona that isn't just I cheat to win and poor me. He's very psychological, and I think it would be a huge push for him to go in and just almost kind of destroy Undertaker, give him kind of that huge push that he's already getting, but it would just be really interesting to have him go in, and just it would make him seem incredibly powerful if what sent him over the edge was Bryan infiltrating him, thinking he's in the family, and then he turns on him, and that just kind of puts Bray Wyatt on a whole other level. I think it'd be interesting. I think Bray Wyatt's pretty awesome with how he does his promos. Just, it's very, very I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, it's interesting, and I enjoy his promos. As crazy as they are, they're awesome. Daniel Bryan, I know there are rumors that he had a concussion after the cage match last Monday. It's good to see him back. And it looks like it wasn't a huge effect on him, but he's as over as ever, and not sure what his plans are for WrestleMania, being that close, but it's going to be interesting. And Daniel Bryan's kind of on top of the world right now. I don't know if WWE's done enough with it yet, but I have a feeling like this whole thing is going to kind of come to a head at WrestleMania. But I think he's more over than what CM Punk was, when Punk was going through his pipe pop promos and stuff during that summer, and even bigger than Cena. I mean, Cena's going to get the bigger draw, but you don't see huge chance for Cena. I mean, you get the Cena sucks, Cena, let's go Cena chance, but something about Punk that he's just got it going, something more real about his. And guys like, Punk and Bryan and maybe even Cena, guys who, if they went away for a while and came back, would get bigger pops than what Batista did. Even bigger, I think, than what Lesnar would. And I don't know what it is. It's just maybe it's because they don't feel like guys that just go away for a little bit, go do their career in acting or whatever it is, UFC, and then come back. These guys are real diehard professional wrestling fans, and obviously entertainers on top of that. So that was pretty fun seeing the Bray Wyatt promo for me. I liked it. And then ending the show was John Cena kind of getting his retribution on Randy Orton. Randy Orton had a match with Kofi Kingston. It's kind of just a push away match till John Cena came out. I didn't like how the show ended. It's just really boring. It was basically Cena beating the crap out of Orton through the crowd, and then Orton made his escape through some random car outside the building, and that kind of ended. Again, that match I'm just not real enthused about at Royal Rumble. I don't know. Those two going at it, just maybe it's Cena, maybe it's Orton. I just can't get into it. I'm more excited for Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan. So, and obviously the big Royal Rumble match Sunday. It's gonna be interesting to see. I hope Batista doesn't win it, because it's gonna be a pain if he comes back and then just wins, because I don't want to see him. I don't know. It's always fun to see surprises win the Royal Rumble. Guys you're not expecting. Guys you don't want to see Cena and even Punk or Batista. I'd rather see somebody new kind of take it. But with how they've been, I'm sure, Batista or one of those big names are going to win it. Really, I'd be okay with anybody except Batista. So we'll see how it goes. It'll be exciting, and you always have those surprise entrances in the Royal Rumble. I'm going over to a buddy's house to watch it. Again, like I said, we do WrestleMania at our house. He does Royal Rumble at his house. Kind of an ongoing tradition, and it's a lot of fun. So Royal Rumble this Sunday. It'll be pretty exciting, and I'm pretty stoked to see how it turns out. So like to know your thoughts on Raw and who you think's going to win the Royal Rumble, or some of the matches at Royal Rumble. Daniel Bryan versus Bray Wyatt, John Cena versus Randy Orton, Big Show versus Brock Lesnar. Should be interesting. So let me know. Tweet me at CBmeter, #OverTheTopRope. And remember, every Wednesday and Friday you have a new episode. So this Friday I might do a top 10 and give you who my favorite wrestlers are of all time. So till then, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, tweet, tout, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Share it with your friends. And if you haven't checked out some of my other videos on YouTube, take a look.